Okay, so we are back. Okay, we're back. So this one, we're going to show you guys how to, like, for those of you who have outgrowth with your dark hair, I'm going to show you how to cover that up. Also, I'm going to show you how to put a poof in the front with your caps. So, for those of you who don't really dress your hair all fancy for your impressions, that's totally cool. Sometimes you just need like a little front poof. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Let's get some earrings in first, shall we? If I can find the other earring. So for traveling purposes, I keep all my historical earrings in this little soap box. There it is. There's the other one. Okay. Did I put that in backwards? No, I didn't. I don't like those. I don't like those ones. How about just nice pearls? I have so many different, I don't know if you guys can like see that. I have so many different like types of pearls. It's crazy. Let's see if these two match. Okay, so most of my pearls come from a wonderful woman on Etsy. Her shop is called, I think it's like Fleur de Lis Originals on Etsy. So that's where I get most of my pearl earrings from, and definitely check her out. She has some really pretty necklaces and things too. So okay, so here is the first thing I want to show you guys. This is a hair video, but this is what I'm going to show you. So I have some outgrowth here, and I need to cover it up. Historically, dyeing your hair was a thing. So we haven't reproduced any of those recipes because they're kind of scary. And but they actually had a lot of stuff for dyeing your hair, and so women had to deal with outgrowth just like I have. And one of the ways that they could combat that was colored pomades. Yes, they actually colored pomades. So you could have like a black pomade, a brown pomade, and so you could cover up your outgrowth. We haven't made colored pomades yet. I know we haven't really talked about them before, but anyway, this is a really good, if you have dark hair like mine, this is a really good way to cover up your outgrowth. You can either use the powder or you can use the solid. And I use the solid because it sticks a little bit better for me. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking my brush and I am dipping it in our solid coal. And I'm getting quite a bit on my brush. Now, like if I was doing my eyebrows, I would be really, really brushing this off to make sure I didn't have a lot. But because I actually want a lot because I have to cover up this outgrowth here, I'm not doing that. So. And I always find it interesting, like, as you guys know, I dye my hair, like, all different colors. You've probably seen it. And the one thing I noticed with dark hair, even though I kind of like it, because it's kind of like Xena-esque, for those of you who are in my time frame, but the outgrowth is really weird, because every time you start growing your hair out, it looks like, because your scalp is so white, if you have like light hair, and I do have kind of light hair, that it just looks really weird, and it looks like your hair is very thin, and my hair is not thin, it's just fine, but I don't like that outgrowth portion, so I try to keep it dyed, you know, as much as possible, so we don't have that. But lately we've just been so busy that I haven't really gotten to fix it. So I'm going to show you guys how to fix it, and how they would have fixed it historically. So for those of you just joining us, we talked about color pomades or color pomatums, and how They were pretty popular for those that were dyeing their hair because dyeing was a thing back then. You could dye your hair. Red hair was not very popular. And my hair is like, my normal hair color is like a strawberry reddish, blondish-ish. And so that would have been okay, you know, because it's not like bright carrot red, but bright carrot red hair wasn't very popular in the 18th century. So some women who had that probably wanted to dye it. Now we have a really awesome picture of this woman with, and you may be seeing it, she's got bright red orange hair, and she's not hiding it. She's cool. Like, she's like, hey, I have this cool orange hair and I'm just gonna rock it, and she does. But normally when you look through paintings and things, you don't really see women with, you know, that orange hair. Dark hair was kind of the cool thing to have in the 18th century. And it's kind of funny because they have stuff now that you fill in so your hair looks fuller. And it's not really, it's not like brand new technology. Like, this stuff has been around for a long time. So as you can see, like, my part is vanished, right? So it looks a lot better than what it did. And once we get the hair up, look at it, it's gone, it's magically gone. I could blend it in more if I wanted to, but that part's gonna be gone anyway. So, okay, so, what do I need? I need pomade. Hang on. Oh, pomade's right here. Pomade. Okay, so today, I think for, pomade purposes, I'm gonna use our brand new one, which is the Lavender Lemon. And if you guys have really crazy hair that doesn't like to cooperate, this is a different pomade than we usually have in our shop. This pomade recipe has not only like regular hog's lard, but it also has mutton tallow. So the mutton tallow is a lot, how do I want to say? The mutton tallow is a lot thicker, and it has really great hold. So, like, hog's lard is really great. It's been used in a lot of things historically. So has mutton tallow, but anytime you combine mutton tallow in something, it makes it incredibly hard. So, for, like, really hot days, see, I don't know, I can't even really get out of the tin this morning. So for really hot, humid days, or for those of you that don't have hair that cooperates, that you want extra hold, this lavender lemon pomade is really great because of that mutton tallow that's in there. And this is an original recipe from 1811. So this is it. This is a lot of pomade. I would not use that much. That is how much I would use. See the difference? Okay, so I did not powder last night. I did not set last night. So this is like the quick and easy, you know, I'm not really sure I want to start doing the whole powdering thing, but I still want a historical hairstyle. This would be it. Okay, so like the pomade that I'm using, right? Alright, so you have two choices when you're using your caps and you need to poof. You have two choices. You can either use this guy. These come in brown, white, or like blonde, and then the black. Or you can use this guy. And right now we're out of these ones. We do have the curved ones. But you have two choices. So this would sit right here, and then you would just pin it in. This guy, what I've done in the past, and I couldn't find any of them today, but I started to peel this one off. Oh, hey, maybe this, oh, look. Okay, so in the past, I've peeled these off because when you have, my hair is not incredibly, like, thick up front. So if you put this in this way, see? Like, some of us just can't do it. And then you would have to flip it around. So you would have to flip it this way, which is perfectly fine. Like, you can do that. Or, the other thing I've been doing is pulling these off and popping it up like this. So those of us who don't have incredibly, like, thick hair in the front, we don't have to worry about that. And then these right here, okay, these have these little guys. So you can put your hair through here if you need to, and then you can roll. So now when you roll, you don't want that, like, flat to your head like that, right? You would want a poof up like this. See how, like, you poof it up? Okay, so I'm going to see which one looks better today. And then I'll show you guys how I finish everything. Okay. So I'm actually pulling quite a bit forward, just because my hair is not super thick in front and I need that extra stuff. So I'm going to try this one first, see how I like it. It actually works pretty well. Okay, so basically what I did here is I pulled it off of this guy and I gathered quite a bit of hair just because my hair is not super thick in the front. I'm going to lay this down and I'm going to put my hair over it. Now, when I put my hair over it, if I would pull tight, it's going to look like this, and my poof's going to be way in the back of my head. You don't want a poof way in the back of your head. Your poof has to be kind of up front, like this, but you want it a little bit fuller looking than that. So, let's see what happens when okay. So, see, like this, my poof is really nice and right. And then what's going to happen is, and I'm not using any hair pieces today either. I need my, bobby pins, hair pins. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll show you guys one more time. Okay, you can either pop it in, push it up like this, okay, so you get that extra oomph, or you can roll this guy down, right? But you don't want to pull it. You want that extra poof. And we'll take care of the sides in just a second. So that's how you use that one. Okay? This one, again, you can either put it through or you don't have to. Okay? And this is where that pomade comes in, because I will be able to fill in those pieces there with my powder brush. Or you can use that guy, like that. I am not going to use this guy this morning. I am going to use him, and I am going to roll. Okay, and remember, it's not flat on my head, it's forward. So now that I'm pinning, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to pin him right there like that. Okay? I'm going to use bobby pins to do that. And then I'm going to smooth it out as I go. So it looks kind of weird right now, but I'm going to smooth it out as I go. This guy right here, he is going to come up this. And I'm not pulling him tight, right? No, he's got to be loose. Oops, I used my teeth, and I'm not supposed to do that. Okay, so he's got to be loose. I'll fix this all in just a second. Same with this guy. And I'm pulling him, like, up on the top of my head. So I'm not pulling him back. Oops. I'm not pulling him back. I'm pulling him up on the top, just like this. And I'm going to poof him out, too, just a little bit. I'm glad that you got that fixed.
That's really warm now, isn't it?
Well, I can't. I mean, I'm comfortable, and I don't have tons of clothes on. Okay, so this kind of looks like a mess, but let's fix it. This is where your hairpins come in, okay, you guys? So
now we can have some bigger wood.
hairpins. In fact, I'm gonna actually roll this one, I think. Roll this. As you can tell, I haven't done this one in a while because I normally like dress my hair. I normally dress my hair every day when I'm out here. And those of you that know me know that I'm really picky about like hairdressing. Like if it's not perfect, it's frustrating to me, and I have to redo it until it is perfect. So, at least you guys get to see it, and you get to see my trial and error. So, we're going to try it this way one more time, and then I'm going to roll that other side with another piece.
Hey, our Danish is really warm.
Where's the restart button for the year? I think Hillary still has it in Russia. Oh, that's right.
And the boys are talking about politics, because that's what the boys do. They talk about politics.
Daryl, you want a Danish? Yeah. I'll come down. I gotta get to the car. Okay.
It's been so long since I've done a poof. I can dress my hair in, like, crazy, cool styles, but,
Just the basic poof.
But the basic poof this morning is giving me problems.
I got poof problems.
Oh my goodness, yeah. But that's okay. Like I figure I'll work through them, and then everybody else can. Right. I honestly do know what I'm doing, guys. Like I know it. Like it might not look like it right now. It might not look like it right now, but I promise, I do know what I'm doing. Okay. So, let's do this now. Yay! Look, that looks so much better. And for those of you who are going to put your caps on, that will all be hidden with the cap. So, bobby pins to hold them down. I have to get another hair roll from my box. Okay. Alright, let me grab another hair roll. I'll be right back. Okay, so for those of you who have not seen my box, I have boxes labeled all different things. This is my hair roll box. This is my hair rolls. Okay, so these boxes work really great for those. You just pull out what you need. I have a separate box for my hair pieces, which I'm not using any hair pieces today.
And we might be offering some of those boxes.
Patrick says we might be offering those boxes for sale. So, if you are wanting boxes for your hair pieces, I suggest these. Thank you. I think it's Kate. Is that how you pronounce it? Kate or Kat? I think it's Kate. She says, I love this because I'm so bad at doing my hair, so your hair misfortunes are helping me out. That makes me feel good this morning, so thank you. Okay, so what I'm doing, if you guys can see this, because my cap is going to cover this all. So I'm sliding a piece in there, bobby pin in there.
Patrick's got Danish.
There's Danishes in here, and we have coffee too.
Oh.
Like really good coffee, because like we combine all these different
Patrick
coffees.
said you're out of coffee, so I think we're out.
No, we're not. You're a goober. There's coffee right there in the. Never listen to what Patrick says. Always confer with me first, Daryl.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Ooh, this is like some
Okay.
water.
So this you want just a little bit.
I was like,
This one you want to pull out just a little bit more.
It's like this is Danish.
Okay. Just like
is
this.
that what that would be?
This is where your. Oh wait, I haven't put a bobby pin in yet.
How Danish is made.
Right. So put one more pin in here.
And puff pastry has no yeast. Danish dough is a sweet dough base.
And okay, so you're probably asking like what kind of bobby pins and stuff am I using?
Big flour table.
I'll show you.
Pat it down.
There's different sizes available in our shop. These, if you have very fine hair like mine, you're gonna need these small, short ones. Okay. We have everything from. We haven't had 1.5 in a long time, but I can get 1.5. 1.5 to 2s and 2.5. I think we even have 3 and 3.5. So you never know what is going to be in the shop. If you guys need a specific size, though, let me know and we can get those. So, all right, things are shaping up here.
What it comes to is you have 144 layers.
This one right here. When in doubt, use your bobby pins. I found these little baby bobby pins. I don't know where I found them, but for my hair they work really well. See these holes right here? That's not cool. So you just want to like push it down gently, push it down. You can cover those holes, and then in order to cleanly pin it, you're going to need hairpins to do that. And then you would just, excuse me, stick your hairpin. Stick your hairpin in there.
I thought they're a little different. It's a little tougher, but it's still
144 layers.
Right.
Is that all still done by hand?
No, that's all on machine.
And once you put your cap on, you can kind of fix this.
We used to do it on the machine, but you got to run through the.
So, I think it's kind of hilarious though that I can do like really crazy hairdressing styles. But then when it comes to like putting just the poof in, because I haven't done it in such a long time, we have problems this morning.
Started out in Rockford and working for Old Sweet.
Did you make donuts, Daryl? Were you a
Yeah, I
donut?
did. Yeah.
Really? My grandpa owned a donut shop and he made donuts. That's cool.
But I learned how to make pastries first.
Okay.
So this sweet, but Randy was.
So this is what happens, right? All this extra hair is just going to get twisted. I don't know if you can see me. Can you? Okay. So this extra hair is just going to get twisted. Like that. If you want to put it up on the top of your head, that's cool. Like if you have all that hair, do it. Put it on the top of your head because it'll help fill your cap out. I don't have that hair. So, really? This is where the hairpins that we sell come in really handy. Now I'm going to use bobby pins. And hairpins. So, I don't really have anything to poof my caps out. So here's a cap. This is my, like, non-fancy cap, right? It's just like a linen cap. It's not even a very fine linen cap. There's just really nothing fancy about it. But this is the center, and the center does poof up. So you need that poof. Like, that's popular. So you need that poof, and this is how we're going to... This is my bag, my traveling bag of scarves and poof material. Sometimes I throw in like neckerchiefs to poof it. Sometimes when it's really cold, I throw in like wool or poly batting, whatever I happen to have on hand. Lately it's been this batting. And not only does that help keep my head warm when it's cold like this, but it also works really well because you can decide like how big of a poof you want. Okay, so this is going to go right here. See that? And then I'm going to hold it like this, and I'm going to grab just a little bit more. Okay, you're going to need to pin your cap on too. So here's my string in the back. Okay. This cap is really old, by the way. I had to take all the decoration off so I could get it washed because it was looking pretty dingy. Okay, so here's this. Undo your ties. Okay, and you're holding your batting in. Hold it from the back. Flip your cap over. Put your cap on. Find your ties. And you can kind of adjust it like however I want it to go over my ears today, otherwise I wouldn't have to. So put your cap on, tie it tight. Did it work? Did it? Okay. Tie it tight, right? So look at like this is all batting. So now, like all that work, right, and you hardly see anything. I need my fine-tooth comb. Can you look at my hair box, Patrick? Actually, I'll go do it. I'll be right back. I need my fine-tooth comb. I got it. Oh, but I'm hitting lanterns. Okay. No. Good morning, Jim. Okay, so I can't find my fine-tooth comb, but I do have this one.
It smells really smoky in here.
I wonder why. So last night, okay, so because you guys know it got really
very bacony.
No, we didn't have any back.
Hey Carla, welcome to the party.
She wished she did.
The stuff in the cap is batting. So normally, don't laugh, Jim.
No, I didn't know you were.
That's okay. Remember I told you, so you didn't believe me. See, I told Jim this morning, I said, Jim. No, I told him last night, I said, Jim. Jimmy.
There it is.
For the love of God.
Of Spring Valley Lodge. So if you need tent stuff, you have to go to Spring Valley Lodge. I told Jim, I said, believe it or not, I'm not going to dress my hair all crazy tomorrow, and I'm not going to wear like a gown. I'm wearing a jacket. And Jim, I don't think Jim would believe me. See?
Good morning, Alicia's friends. It's good to see you.
So, now I've proven it to Jim that I don't have to dress my hair fancy all the time. I don't always have to wear a gown. But I think that,
That being said,
I think that, it is, no, Jim, you could stay. I think that it is important, though, that, you know, like some shopkeepers probably did wear jackets, but, you know, like middle class, you know, should wear gowns unless we're doing something crazy in the shop where a jacket would be a lot better. But anyway, Carla, to answer your question, stuff in the cap. Let's see if I have some more. So, okay, so this is my bag of scarves, and I even have like this one's really pretty. I even have like a real like neckerchief in there with really fancy lace. But I keep like batting and stuff in here too. Sometimes it's wool, sometimes it's like poly. Yes, I know. I know, isn't that horrible? But you know, I had it. So I had a whole bunch poly.
oh,
Yeah, fake batting. But because I had a whole bunch of batting in to like stuff the canisters that we use. Because like when our product runs low. It doesn't have enough to fill all of them. So anyway, this is the poly batting, but normally I do actually have wool or something like actually historical in my cap. A lot of times,
You gotta get something historical in my cap.
a lot of times I stuff my caps with like white neckerchiefs or white fissues, because that works really well too, especially in the summer. In the winter, yes, please warm my coffee up. In the winter, I like stuffing with the batting, the wool batting or the poly batting, because it keeps things warm in the winter. See, I'm already in winter mode. Okay, so anyway, now that we have the cap, so you can kind of see maybe where my batting is. It's like up here, but it is filling out that cap. And if I had a really fancy hairstyle, this cap is adjustable, so it could sit up on top of that hairstyle. But we don't really have a fancy one today. We just have like the poof, and the poof is fine. You know, the poof is better than not having a poof at all and just putting your cap on. And you can make your poof taller if you need to make your poof taller. I need a hairpin. Oh, actually, that looks good. Okay, so the next thing you're going to need for your caps is your pin bucket. Where's my pin bucket? Here, I thought it was like really organized for you guys this morning. I really did. Oh, wait. No, I have it. Okay, so I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. If you're doing any sort of reenacting or living history, you need a pin bucket. You can find these at the antique stores. They're probably not from the 18th century. But they are super cool. They have little mirrors in, right? What? They're probably not from the 18th century. No, I know. But anyway, yeah, you store your pins in there, and then you have a mirror if you need it. But you probably need to pin. You probably need to pin your cap. So, okay. So when I pin, I always fold my stuff down. My like ruffles and such. Did you wash that out? Because I had tea and things. Okay. And then I'll pin underneath my ruffles. And when I'm pinning into my hair and through the cap. So I usually put two on the bottom, and then I try and find, that one's bent. Try and find the sides. You need something to pin into, so like pinning into your poof stuff, whatever you're using for your poof stuff, is not really going to help you. You need to actually pin on the sides and get it into your actual hair, even if you don't have tons. No. Oh, that's actually really cute. Okay. So, alright, and then, as long as we're here doing this, I'll just, do you have my jacket?
Which one?
My little red one?
Yeah, right here. Ready for it?
Yeah. So, anyway, this is my cap. I've always really liked this cap, even though it's not made out of anything fancy. And then I need a string too. There was like a linen cord on the table, or there was like some sort of string. Here, let's see if we can. Let's put you guys over here, so you can actually see what's happening. Yeah. So we tried out a new setup, and we actually super like the setup. It's bigger. I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, well, I'll have to step back. So anyway, this is my short jacket. Like, I only have one short jacket, so this is it. But this was actually pieced together years and years ago out of cloak leftover material, which is actually kind of cool. So this was actually not fabric, like it's never meant to be a short gown, or a short jacket. Good, I'm glad, because I feel like all during the mornings I feel like it's just really crazy, and I hope that I'm helping you guys in some way. That's fine. Okay, well maybe you guys want to see what's in my trunk, because I have to find a string. So anyway, here is my trunk that I travel with, and this is what it looks like right now.
I'm gonna make a better one.
Okay, yeah. So this is what my trunk looks like right now. Patrick says that I need a different one. But let's see. Let's take you guys out of this so I can flip you around. Then you can actually see what's going on here. Hang on. Yay, look at that. You can see stuff. Okay, so this is my trunk. It's really crazy. And I should have a thing just for ribbon. It should have a box just for ribbon. Let's see if we can find my ribbon box. Oh wait, look at this. This is all I need, just linen cord. Yay. Okay. So, hey Patrick, do you just want to hold this so you can see me while I finish getting dressed here? Okay, so I found a cord that's tied together, so I have to cut it up, because that's how we roll. Anyway, linen cording is really nice. You can get linen cording. I'm pretty sure you can get linen cording at William Booth Draper, and you can probably get linen cording at Burnley and Trowbridge. Okay. Anyway, I like to start at the top and work my way down with these, because I don't like to have my bows. Yeah, I can't even see what I'm doing here. Excellent. Right. So I like to tie on the bottom because I don't like my bows on the top. Now, the cool thing with this is that if you had ribbons, you could tie one ribbon each, like one wide ribbon, and have like 3 really pretty wide ribbons if you wanted to be fancy. So what I do with my cording then is I normally either like cut it, because I don't like it so long, or I just tuck it under. And just make sure that your neckerchief or fichu, whatever term you use, is tucked in. You don't necessarily have to have them tucked in, but it's either all untucked or all tucked in. You don't really like have a choice. Okay. Like that.
Nice.
Am I semi put together?
Except for the back, you don't have enough.
I don't have enough. This is always a problem. Never having enough fichu or a neckerchief hanging out to like tuck on the back. But that's what Patrick's for. We can pull it out and get it tucked in.
Ooh, I have a job.
So that's that. I have aprons. I have my black apron, and I have like a dingy apron that I brought this time, so we can maybe make pomade later. But that's like how to dress for like normal everyday jacket, a little poof in the front of your cap, and yeah. So thank you guys. And
Why stuff the cap?
what?
Carla asked. She's late. Why stuff the cap?
Oh, I kind of went over that, but again, you want to stuff the cap because historically, especially in like the mid 18th century, late 18th century, if you didn't have large hairstyles, your caps were always at least kind of in the hairstyle form that was really popular. So it would be just really weird to have a poof up here and nothing up here, because we're Rev War. So at that time, you know, you were starting to see the fronts getting taller, and so the caps would naturally get taller as well. And that's why my cap is taller in the front, and there's really nothing going on in the back. here. So it's following the hairstyles that were popular. And you know, earlier in the period, you see paintings and things and the girls don't have their caps stuffed because early, like 1720, 1730, it was, the hairstyles were flat to the head. And so the caps would have been flat to the head too. But because we're getting a little bit later in the 18th century, the caps start to have these wonderful poofs, especially if, you know, you don't have the hair to do it, but you still are going to wear a cap. You would just stick something underneath it to poof it. And yeah, so hopefully that answers that question. That was a really great question, Carla. Remember to pin it.
Audra says she loves your getting ready videos. They're so helpful.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Even though it's pretty crazy always in the mornings in the tent. So I think that's it. We kind of are working with a new setup here. We flop things around and we're going to see how that...
We're setting up sideways.
Yeah. So you're actually coming in sideways to the tent. So the tent is laid out like this now.
And we have customers.
It's not laid out like this. So with that said, Patrick's going to give you guys back to me. I'm going to flip you around.
We have customers.
And let me walk outside one more time so you guys can see, like... So anyway, here we are. Here we are. I have my rouge on. And you can see my cap. I have a little bit of a poof. Had I powdered, like I probably should have, my poof would have been a lot more massive and taller and would have stood up better. But because I didn't powder, it's not really standing up very tall. And so that's something you want to think about too. If you need that extra help, you know, powdering, that's what powdering is going to do. It's going to help everything stand up. So, and you don't need to have it white. Like, you can comb it out. It doesn't need to be white. So, I'm just going to read what Kelly says. Thank you for showing off the jacket made from the scraps. Oh, yeah, you're very welcome. I have made one from scraps from a men's suit, and it was never meant to be a part of a bigger outfit, more expression of stolen cabbage from customers' suit cloth. Yes, I completely agree. I absolutely love this. The fact that it could have been thrown away, the scraps could have been thrown away, or they could have been artfully pieced together to make a jacket. And a lot of my outfits are artfully pieced. So maybe someday we'll go over that and I can show you like exactly, there's Jimmy Jim Jim. I can show you guys exactly like how I piece, because as Kelly knows, Kelly knows, and most of you probably know too, there's an artful way to do it in the 18th century. You don't just piece things together and like call it 18th century. Like they did it in a specific way that was really artful and went with the outfit. And so we can cover that too at some point. So later on today, we're going to probably do pomade. We're going to make some pomade. Stay tuned, and we will put this in the hair folder and probably put this in the fashion folder too on the videos. So anyway, goodbye guys.